Yeah. Thought I was not coming back, didn't ya? Didn't ya? Of course I'm coming back, baby. Woo! 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 What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? Tonight, it is the late night bangers edition of GunzPicks channel, and we are back live. Seeing 25 of you guys coming into the chat. I see you guys growing. Might as well be hitting the bets now. Listen, we had ourselves a tremendous day. We are going to continue to keep banging these plays, and I got 4 more for you for the late night slate, and I want to make sure I get to these now because there's one that's going to be hitting here in probably 9 minutes. And I'm wearing the hat for a reason, but I want to make sure that I want to say like and subscribe to the GunzPicks channel. Hit the thumbs up to this video and subscribe, the bell, and all that stuff that everybody says every time. The algorithm of all algorithms, blah, 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 blah. Let's go into the plays as they pay. And also get into the chat. Let's comment. Let's talk. Let's talk some plays. We have a lot of late night bangers here coming up tonight. I want to make sure that we properly give them the analysis that they deserve. As I'm pulling up my notes right now and I'm stalling like a unprofessional person. And here we go. All right, let's go to the first game on the board here. This game does tip off at 7:45 p.m. It's at Little John. Yeah! Yeah, I can't even do the yeah. Yeah! What? Little John Coliseum in Clemson, South Carolina. And it's FSU versus Clemson, and the line is at -9.5 on this game. And I'm going with the favorite on this one, the home favorite here, Clemson, -9.5, 1.5 unit play. Let me tell you why. Listen, Clemson is just statistically the better team in this position. Clemson's offense, 17th in offensive efficiency, 36th in field goal percentage, and 13th in free throw percentage. Free throw percentage is important to me when looking at teams because who covers spreads at the end of the game when there's 2 minutes left is the team that can shoot their free throws, and it is Clemson. On the FSU side of the ball, defensively 55th in defensive efficiency, 239th in defending shots, 290th in defensive rebounds. A lot of second chance opportunities for this Clemson team, and they're 283rd in defending the three. So Clemson has a lot of opportunities to hit open shots, second opportunities to get baskets off misses. I like this spot for them. And on the offensive side for FSU, 105th in offensive efficiency, 117th in field goal percentage, and they're 289th in the country in free throw percentage. So a bad team on the free throw line versus a good team on the free throw line. And I always take the team with the better free throw percentage. Then you got to look at, we're just fading FSU. That is basically because they've regressed since late January, right? They're 3-6 straight up NATS in the last 9 games. Clemson is on a run, winning and covering 4 out of the last 5 games. Granted, the only cover that they had is the game that we were on, NC State, in a late night banger where we went 1-4. However, we covered that one, and NC State won that game outright. Also, look at Clemson playing for their tournament life on this one. High motivation for them, where FSU has nothing to play for. They're not going to get into the tournament. They may not even get into the NIT at this point. And then Clemson won the first matchup, 78-67, as 2-point road favorites. Now the line is egregiously going up to 9.5 on the home end. So the correlation checks there. And also Clemson 6-2 straight up and covered 4 out of the last 5 versus FSU. Clemson needs to show up in this spot. Considering their last home game was a loss versus NC State. So they want to get back right in Little John Coliseum tonight. Give me Clemson, -9.5 as my first play, 1.5 unit banger. That game tips off at 7:45 tonight. Bang it! Peter in the chat says, great calls today. Thank you, Guns. That's what I do. I make the people money. That's what I do. Even though some of the chat hated me on Pub Sports, they can't fade. They can't get at me because I am impervious. I'm Teflon to the haters. All it does is it motivates me to get better and make people money. And that's exactly what I do. And if people have been following me from the beginning, understand that. That's right. Let's get to the next play here. Coming up here, let's go to the 8 o'clock slate. All right. Let's go to Las Vegas, Nevada, where gambling was invented. I think. I don't know. Colorado State's going up against UNLV. UNLV playing in the Thomas and Mack. I've been to the Thomas and Mack, beautiful place, right off the strip. I think Paradise is the road that it's on. However, I'm going to be taking a UNLV on this spot here. Love taking the home teams in the Mountain West money line minus 114 as the play. Let me tell you why. Listen, I don't understand it either. Colorado State is a statistically better team. They're 34th in offensive efficiency, 60th. 27th in defensive efficiency. They're 19th in field goal percentage, and they're 27th on the free throw line. But they're going against a UNLV defense that's 130th in defensive efficiency, 60th in offensive efficiency. So why, oh why, is this line so close? Well, look at Colorado State on the road, 2-5 ATS in their last 8 games on the road, 1-6 straight up in that span. And it's a revenge game for UNLV. UNLV did lose to Colorado State 78-75, 7.5 point road dogs in that situation. Now they're sitting here at 1.5 dogs at home. It's a line correlation play here. I don't understand it, but I did the same thing when you guys watched me on Friday. I said, I don't understand why Fordham is a 3.5 point dog to Duquesne. And guess what Fordham did? They blew them out of the water. It just happens that way. And it's a typical situation to that particular game because UNLV has covered 7 out of the last 8 games versus Colorado State. Sometimes it doesn't matter how good or bad the teams are. Sometimes a team just owns another team mentally than the other team, and they can't figure each other out. And all of a sudden, I think UNLV just has a recipe for Colorado State. Same thing that Fordham has a recipe for Duquesne. It's a similar type of situation, and UNLV kind of has it here. They're playing in the Thomas and Mack. There is a revenge factor. However, they did cover the spread in the last game. They didn't win the game. They lost by 3 points, so there's a chip on their shoulder there. But now it's in the Thomas and Mack. I think they get it done here. Give me the running Rebs. Tark just bite the towel, old school style, 89 with Grandmama, LJ, the Plastic Man, Stacey Augman, if you remember that. Let's get those vibes back up to that UNLV team for this game. Give me UNLV, money line, minus 114, 1.5 unit banger, baby. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, but it makes perfect sense. That's the mentality sometimes with gambling. Why is this line what it is? Just take it. It doesn't make sense, but it makes perfect sense. That's the slogan that you have to take with some of these lines. All right, let's get to the next game on the board. Speaking of lines that don't make sense, I don't know, but I guess this line kind of makes sense in a particular situation. But I think that this team is going to be what I like to call my dog of the night. Let's get it. And I'm going with a kind of a mid to heavy dog on this one. We're going to the Big East, or the Big East now. The Big East is powerful as all heck. Butler versus Seton Hall. This game does tip off at 8:30 p.m. tonight. Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. And I'm going to be going with the away dog here. Give me Butler plus 5.5 as a 1.5 unit play. Listen, Butler statistically isn't very bad, even though they're not covering spreads. They're 39th in offensive efficiency, 117th in field goal percentage, but they're 12th in free throw percentage. So they're actually decent from shooting perspective. They're going to go against the Seton Hall defense, 50th in defensive efficiency, 65th in defending shots. On the offensive side, Seton Hall, not great on the offensive side, 81st in offensive efficiency, 217th in field goal percentage, 294th in turnover percentage. So they do turn over the ball a lot. 280th in three-point percentage. They don't shoot from the arc well, but they get to the free throw line. They can make their free throws 20th in the country in free throw percentage. On the Butler side of the defense, 95th in defensive efficiency, 6th in allowing opponents to the free throw line. So if there's anything that Butler can take away from the strength of the Seton Hall offense, is Butler not allowing them to get to the line because they don't make a lot of fouls. You don't let a lot of fouls. You don't get into the bonus. You don't get in the double bonus. You're able to play, disciplined defense, even though Butler just kind of looks like a bad team, but statistically they're really not. Also look at Seton Hall at home. It seems like they haven't played their best ball at home. 4-4 straight up, 3-5 ATS in their last 8. Then you look Butler, while not great, while not great at home. If you look at them, they don't cover very much at home. They're 4-2 ATS and 3-3 straight up in the last 6 road games. That's enough for me to take the dog on this one. Then you have Seton Hall won the first matchup 78-72 on January 13th. So there is a revenge element there, even though line correlation really doesn't work in a normal type of box check for me. I think they were an underdog versus Butler in the first game on January 13th. But this is a different Butler team now. So I think they're just kind of playing with the stock line right here. And Butler is way low, while the stock for Seton Hall may be a little bit more inflated than it usually is. Plus, Butler has lost 4 out of the last 5 games. That kind of like plays into it. But look who they played in those last 5 games. We're talking UConn, Providence, Marquette, and Creighton. Those are good teams. I think they beat Providence outright in that span. Also got to look at Seton Hall in this one. 1-3 ATS is a single-digit favorite. Doesn't play well for them. I think Butler kind of gets it done here and keeps it close. Maybe even wins this game outright. But I'm going to go with Butler on this one. Plus 5.5, 1.5 unit banger, baby. As we go into the chat, it looks like it's Peter and Robert talking. Where is everybody talking here tonight? I know people are watching games and sweating out bets right now. But please get into the chat, please. I'm giving out free winners here. Peter understands it. That's why I am a sensible capper. I know, but let the people know. I always tell them, it's like everybody wants to fade me, keep fading. Because you're going to keep losing. You keep looking at your account and keep adding money. I've never added money in I don't know, 2 years into my account. Where are you at? And then, of course, Robert, oh, God. I got to see it. Ski Kronowski. Let's go, Guns. Give him the horn. Yeah, buddy. All right, let's go to the next play here coming up. So we gave you UNLV, we gave you Butler, gave you Clemson. I got one more play for you tonight. This game does tip off at 9 p.m. Let's go to the Pac-12. Let's go to the left coast. Let's go. Let's play around at the CU Event Center in Boulder, Colorado, where Colorado plays their best ball. You know what lives there. It's Deion Sanders. It's Boulder, Colorado. It's nice and crisp. And it is where the buffalo roam and the deer and the antelope play. Let's go with Colorado on this one, playing Utah Utes. We always fade the Utes on the road. We're going to do it once again, especially when Colorado is such an inflated favorite in this one. -7 is the line. I'm going to be taking them here, Colorado. Let's look at these numbers here for the game. Utah's offense, 47th in offensive efficiency, 50th in field goal percentage, 348th on the free throw line. Bad free throw shooting team. Always fade them. Then we look on the defensive side for Colorado, 63rd in offense, defensive efficiency, 16th in defensive rebounds, and 148th in defending shots. That's good enough for me versus this Utah team that doesn't play well on the road. On the offensive side for Colorado, they're pretty exceptional, right? 25th in offensive efficiency, 25th in field goal percentage, 70th in offensive rebounding, 8th in three-point shooting percentage, and they're 11th in free throw shooting percentage. This is important when you're looking at covering spreads. You need guys to make shots on the line. We took Houston. We faded them for that reason today, and it would have worked out on a full game perspective. However, overtime happens. All right, I will digress. Also, look at the significant drop in the production with Utah when they play on the road. They average 83.8 points per game at home, but they average 71.8 points per game on the road offensively. On the defensive side of the ball, they give up 68 points per game at home, but they give up 78.4 points per game on the road. That is egregious. That is terrible. You don't want to see that in a home to road split at all. That just means like you take them at home and you fade them on the road. They're 2-6 ATS on the road for that reason. Look at Colorado at home, dominating 85.1 points per game at home, 74.7 points per game on the road. They allow opponents to 68.7 points per game at home. On the road, 77.3. So you see a correlation there. Better home team versus a bad road team. Colorado's last loss was at home, and it was to Arizona by 20. So they want to get right for their fans at home that they did them wrong, and they can do it here with this Utah team. And then there's a revenge factor. Utah did beat them in Utah, 73-68 as 3-point road dogs in that spot. Now they're 7-point favorites, 10-point line swing. Love a big line swing. We've been doing it all day. We're going to continue to do it one more time. Let's do it. Give me Colorado -7, 1.5 unit banger, baby. And I know you're wondering, you're looking me in the eye. You're watching this video right now. And if you are, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That is the GunzPicks channel. And hit the thumbs up to this video so I can always be in the algorithm of all algorithms that YouTube created and tells people to do. Do it one more time for the guns, please. But I got to always end this off as my best bet. Let's go! Yes, yes, yes. What is my best bet? You know what my best bet is. I ended up. I gave you the best cap of all caps. I'm going to the Pac-10. I'm going to Colorado -7 in a revenge spot. Line correlation hits. They're playing at home versus a bad road team that can't cover on the road. So I'm going to go Colorado here. I think they get it done. -7. Give it to me all day long. That is my best bet. Listen, we hit the best bet with Wake Forest on the money line. If you watched the previous show this morning, cash that one. We hit Kansas State, cash that one. Of course, we didn't cash on the Baylor bet, but that's okay. We keep moving forward. We're having a good day. We're having a great day. And let's have a great night. And that's how we're going to do it. To recap for anybody that missed it, Clemson -9.5. That is already off the board. You can hit it live right now. Still think it's a good bet. Colorado -7. That game tips off at 9 p.m. tonight on the East Coast. Butler is my dog of the day, +5.5, 1.5 unit play. That starts at 8:30. And of course, we're going to end it off with a UNLV money line -114 at 8 o'clock at the Thomas and Mack, -114 on that one. So those are the plays that pay the bills. Let's cash some tickets. And I want to make sure I shout out to everybody in the chat. I see EQ always with me, baby. Hit the gun, baby. I'll give you the machine gun on that one. Of course, Robert says yes. And he likes the over in the Utah Colorado game. Can't talk you off it. I'm not on the total on that one. Guns. Nobody better I've seen. Tailing 2 years now. Always profit. There is a gun disciple right there. There is a guy that has always been with me. True gun disciple. He needs a t-shirt and he gets the horn. But anyways, let's cash some tickets. Let's dominate the board. Also, I'm going to be doing a live stream with Pimp Slap tonight. We're going to sweat out some late night bangers on his channel, the Pimp Slap Network. If you don't know it, go look it up. Actually, go to Pimp Slap POD on Twitter. You could probably click on the link. I will be on there sweating bets. You want to have some laughs and sweat with me? Come on and join. I'll do it for my guy, and follow his channel as well. But let's cash some tickets. Let's dominate the board. And as always, let's keep dancing.